What's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Vh1's Family Reunion, the Love and Hip Hop Edition, Season 2, Episode 6. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so the show opens with Brooke and Marcus having breakfast with Sin and Booby, okay? And, they're just chilling before the day gets started. Of course, there's always some plans for the day, but before we get started, Booby wanted to make sure that we knew that he and Marcus and Brooke are all good now. Yes, back in the day, he and Brooke did take things a little too far, and when he sit back and think about it, maybe that wasn't the right way to go about it. So they've had their issues, but now, coming off of the forgiveness bonfire that they had the night before, he just wanted to make sure that Marcus knew that, he was apologizing for however he was tripping and acting back in the day. Marcus is over it, so everybody is good, and we know it's all just an act for the TV anyway. Sin is talking about the night before as well. She says she doesn't have a problem with Erica, but it's always something when Erica is around. They want to know what's going on with her and Cisco, and she says, well, Cisco just kind of came out the side of his neck and was asking her questions about Booby, and she was just like, how are you to ask me any questions about anybody? It wasn't like they had a relationship. I swear this dog has to bark every fucking time. Blue, shut up! She was like, he doesn't have any right to ask her anything about anybody. Long story short, you guys, Cisco is just weird. She said it's weird, and I said it was weird. He's not just from the creep squad. He's creepy. He's just strange. Marcus says that he's looking forward to getting together with the guys because the guys and the girls are separating today, and the guys are going their way and the girls are going their way. So he's looking forward to having some male bonding with the rest of the guys that's there. Stevie J is in his room and he says, you know what, things are good. He's in a good place in his life. He's flourishing. He's got new artists. He's got his label. He's helping people. He even has a #1 hit with Drake. I was like, oh, what's the hit? I think I missed whatever they said the hit was, but I guess maybe he produced or wrote a song for Drake or something. I don't know. Anyway, so he says everything is good. I was like, everything's good, but you're getting a divorce? I was like, oh, okay. Anyway, while he's in his room, Peter comes and visits. And, Peter said they go way back, like car seats. At one time, they was at the top of the food chain. You couldn't tell neither one of them nothing. Back in the 90s when they both was real heavy hitters in the music industry, yeah. So they good friends. They ace boom coons and, they're just going to sit and chop it up real quick. So Stevie J tells Peter that he's happy to be there. But, he was like, I was just a little concerned because the queen, she wasn't the one that invited me. And he kind of feeling like Mimi is playing him to the left a little bit. I was like, maybe he ain't playing them to the left. What does he want her to do? I mean, she didn't even invite him. So it wasn't like she was expecting him. She didn't really want him to come. It wasn't like she didn't not want him to come, but it wasn't like she was looking forward to Stevie J's presence. But anyway, you guys, while they're talking, he just tells Peter how he kind of admires the fact that he's there with both his baby mamas and there's no drama. And Peter said that his mom told him that, when those kids get older, they're going to see what you did to the moms. He takes it upon himself now to act like he got some sense. And everybody seems to be happy when it comes to the Guns, children and the Peter and Mina Tara triangle. Stevie J says, you know what? He was thinking about, just hooking up the equipment tonight, and how about we have a jam session? I mean, why not? We got all these people here. Everybody got all this talent. We might as well, put it to use. And Peter was like, you know what? He's with that. He can do that. Okay. So that's what we have to look forward to later on tonight. In the meantime, though, we are going to go on our way for the day. Remember, I told you that the men and the women are splitting up. So the men are going to go and have a day at the beach, okay, go have some fun on the jet skis. And the women are going to go and get a yoni steam. Mimi said, I set up a day at the spa and I thought it would be nice if everyone sat and had a yoni steam. Okay, and if you guys don't know what a yoni steam is, it's when you sit over the rocks and it steams out your coochie. Okay, it's supposed to get rid of the impurities and all of that. So this is what we doing today. So we see the guys, they get on their jet skis, they look like they're having a good time on the jet skis and whatnots. And then when they get tired of the jet skis, well, actually, some of them are on jet skis and some are on canoes. I guess they was like, yeah, we ain't fucking with them jet skis. So they're on their paddle boats And anyway, once everybody comes back to the shore or comes back to the docks, Peter is the only one that's missing. So the guys are starting to get a little concerned because Jonathan said, we was out there, we was doing donuts right over there. And then all of a sudden he looked up and Peter was completely gone. Like they couldn't see him. You know, it's hard to see people on the water because, you know, you get out a little ways and then you like a little dot and then you just gone. So he was like, maybe he crossed over into Mexico. Okay. But no worries, you guys. Peter does show up. Okay. And Richie D was like, I thought he would be okay. I mean, he be on the jet skis all the time, you know. So Peter Guns makes it back and all of the group is together again. I was like, oh boy, that was close. We almost lost the DVD, y'all. So anyway, all the guys go and sit and have, I guess they're going to have drinks and maybe cigars, and maybe they're just going to sit around and do a little bit of male bonding, okay? And we got all the men there, including Jonathan, including Zell, including Bobby. So this is a safe space, like Jonathan said, for everybody, whether they're gay or straight or bi-curious, bisexual, whatever you got going on there. He feels good because he feels like this is a brotherhood. And it actually was cool to see Bobby, you know, all of them sitting at the table and nobody giving them grief or any issue about the facts that their lifestyles might be different. So actually it was actually a cool little thing to see. So while they're sitting there talking, Safaree mentions how him and Erica are in like probably the best space that they've been in a long, long time, you know, and he's feeling pretty good about it. But everybody agrees that marriage is hard, okay? It's a relationship that you have to work on all the time. You know, Peter says that he has a hard time with monogamy, okay? He just cannot seem to commit to one person. Stevie J is kind of teasing him like, oh, that's the excuse. But he was like, no, really it is. It's a problem that I have, you know. He said that. So one of the guys was like, well, have you been with somebody that made you feel like, you know, that they were the one? And he was like, yeah, a couple of times. I mean, Amina, Tara, he was like, Tara, I should have married. He just ruined it basically by getting with Amina. And I guess it's been that story over and over and over again. So he was just like, yeah, I kind of ruined that. Marcus was like, self-control is lacking in the Black community when it comes to men, you know, and that we just really need to be a better example. And, you know, they were like, oh, so are you, you know, have you cheated? And he was like, yeah, I cheated. I even cheated since I've been married. I was like, damn, Marcus, you ain't been married but 5 minutes. How long you been, Brooke? They only been married a few years and you already cheating, child, please. So he says, yeah, he's done it before, but, you know, now it's time to be accountable and held for your actions. And, you know, you just got to be respectful for your marriage and blop-de-blop-de-blue. So it's a love fest between the men there, the brotherhood, the bros. Okay, they love each other and they all tell each other that they love each other. And Stevie J tells them that we're going to have a jam session later on. Okay, all this talent, all put it to work, put it to use, and have a good time tonight and just create a vibe. So that's what the men's is doing. Now, at the same time, we see the women. They're at the yoni steam, remember? And at first, the women are just sort of like, what is this? Like, I didn't really know we was going to be coming and sitting on a pot and, you know, steaming our coochies out and everything. But, you know, most of them don't want to be old Debbie Downers. So they go on and, you know, be good sports and participate. All except for Kimbella and maybe a couple of other people. And I was like, did you guys see Kimbella's butt? I was like, oh my God. It was so concerning, you guys. I mean, I got a good look at it. I just sat there for a minute and I was like, what the fuck is that? It was so big and kind of lumpy, but sticking out real, real far, like unnaturally. So I just don't understand why people do this to their butts. But I guess what happens is they do it and then it gets, you know, then it needs to be corrected, but they can't really correct it because they done went to some old backdoor doctor that half-ass knows what he's doing and they get all, I mean, we heard about so many botched surgeries and I mean, I don't want to say, oh, girl got a botched surgery or whatever, but her butt looks ridiculous. I was just like, you know, I mean, but she want people to see it. She got on leggings and that little t-shirt and everything. I was just like, okay. Anyway, that shit almost took my attention because I couldn't get past it. I was like, ooh, it looked like it stink. So anyway, they doing their yoni steam, right? And Amina was like, well, what do you guys do when, you know, you haven't had sex in a long time? Girl, go have sex. What you mean? What we do when we don't have sex? You know, Mimi was like, my boyfriend is in my nightstand. Okay, and everybody gets a good laugh out of it. They was like, girl, maybe you need to go on and switch over to being with women. I mean, you was all down Erica's throat the night before or 2 nights ago, you know, with the whipped cream and whatnots. And Amina says she has had an experience with women in the past, but she just loves men so much more. Okay. So, you know, it's just open yourself up, go dating, and then I guess you go and have sex with somebody if you really like them. I mean, it's easy as that, right? Also, while they sitting there, you know, Shekinah, she always takes it upon herself to want to have a conversation with somebody because she just feels like they need to be with somebody. Now, earlier in the episodes, she was talking so bad about Peter Guns and how he treated Tara and Amina so bad and all this. Now she over there trying to tell Tara that she need to get back with Peter Guns. Oh, girl, sit down somewhere, you know. And Tara was just like, yeah, no. Okay, been there, done that, you know, been through a whole lot with him, and you know, the love is there and everything, but nope, I don't need to be with Peter. I need the space to myself. And I was like, okay. And Tara looked like she mean it, like she is not entertaining none of Peter's shit no more. Even Amina thinks that them two need to be together. I was like, well, isn't that convenient? You the one that stole them from her and put her through all of that, and now you saying they should be together. Tara's like, fuck that. I ain't, she ain't trying to go down that road no more. I don't blame her. We finished with the Yanni steaming, and everybody is relaxed and look like they had a good time. And then here we go with the fucking Safaree and Erica shit show. I was like, it had to come at some point. It's always so much drama with them. Can't never just be comfortable with things going well. So, child, she started saying she started getting these notifications. People sending her notifications that Safaree has sent some girl some flowers. And evidently, this girl has been a problem because Safaree had gone out with his friends one day for dinner, I guess, and when he was there, some girl sent drinks to their table. So when he was leaving, this is what Safaree and his homeboys told Erica. When they were leaving, he walked up to the girl's table, you know, sat down, chopped it up with her for a second, thanked her for the drinks, and I guess they took a picture. So the picture is what is circulating now, okay? And you know, Erica was pissed about that, but when they told her that, then I guess she tried to get over it, but now she's getting these notifications that supposedly Safaree sent her all these flowers. And I guess Safaree can't send flowers to nobody. I mean, I guess it's just, that's her thing. She's like, you know, that's our thing. He sent me flowers to my house and filled them up from the top floor all the way down. And, you know, she's just so upset about it. And I was just like, oh, here she goes. I'm telling you, if I was there, I would be like, I'm so fucking sick of Erica and Safaree. Like, I wouldn't even be trying to sit there and console her because it's like, what's going to be next, girl? We're going to get past this and it's going to be something else, okay? So Kimbella's trying to be the nice one and asking her if she's okay. And, you know, she's getting herself cooked up and, you know, getting riled up and upset. And, you know, the flowers were their thing and all of that. And she storms off and she's calling whoever she's calling, and I guess she's sending text messages to Safaree, who's over there with his homeboys, with the bros, you know, the love fest between the brothers. And she's telling him how, you know, this shit is over and how he sent the flowers and it's all over the blogs and all this. And Safaree is just like, oh my God, it's up one day, it's down the next, okay? It's such a fucking roller coaster. He tired of it. He said that shit was not true, okay? Yes, he did take the picture with the girl, but he ain't sent nobody no flowers. That's what Safaree is saying. But Erica's not listening, of course. So, you know, she's upset, and now all the girls got to be kind of trying to coddle around Erica, and I was just like, oh, just attention, just needs it at all times, you know? I'm thinking to myself, like, girl, what you so upset about? You said yourself before you guys started this show that you hadn't even seen him in some weeks, that you hadn't talked to him, and you guys are going through a divorce, all right? So maybe he was going on with his life, and even though he's saying that it didn't even happen that way, but what if it did? And if you guys are getting a divorce and you guys aren't even speaking or anything, I was just like, what is she upset about? You know, and I guess the fact that now her and him are having a good trip, she's mad about it. But I'm thinking to myself, like, You act like he sent the flowers while he was there at the trip. I mean, all this happened before you guys got together, before you guys had the heart to heart, before you hugged and said you loved each other, and everything got better again. So the stuff that happened before then should be part of the bullshit that you guys was going through before the trip. You know, I was just like, oh my God. But, you know, you can't reason with this child. She in the room and Amina's trying to help her, you know, and telling her how, you know, she knows how she feel, because this is the same shit that used to happen when her and Peter were together. She would find out shit on the internet and she would be crying. And she said, you know what helped her get past it is one day her daughter, the daughter couldn't even barely talk, you know, but she said the daughter came up to her and just like wiped her tears and looked at her like, what's wrong with you, mommy? Like, what's the problem? And she knew that she needed to get better for her girls. So, you know, she's trying to give Erica this pep talk, and Erica's just sitting there stewing. You know, Mimi comes in. I heard that you were screaming across the hall. What's going on? You know, and so Erica's trying to tell her what's going on about what I just told you, the picture, you know, him sitting taking a picture with the girl, and, you know, now she's sent the flowers and all of this. And Mimi is trying to be exactly how I was trying to be. Mimi was trying to remind her of the timeline, basically saying, look, all that shit happened before you came to the trip, on this trip. I mean, Mimi didn't even get a chance to get it out because Erica was like, stop taking up for him. Stop giving him excuses for hurting me and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, but all of that was part of the before, you know? And I think that's what Mimi was trying to tell her, but she's not listening. She's telling her to get out. I'd have been like, fine, fuck it. I'm getting out. And I'm not trying to talk to you no more because you determined to be mad and you just want attention and all this. You see, nobody was over there. Okay, it was really just Mimi and Amina, because I'm sure everybody is tired of, like, how many times we gonna be sitting up here going over, you know, Erica, woe is her, you know? So she done went off on Safaree. Now Safaree got the bubble guts. Him and the men are trying to get back over to the hotel. When they get back, well, Jonathan is trying to calm Safaree down and just like, maybe once, you know, the hormones and once everything just really calmed down, you guys can figure it out. But Safaree is just like, I mean, the love is there, but it's just too much shit, you know. When they get back, Kimbella's telling Jewels what happened. Jewels was like, damn, I mean, while we was over there? But it wasn't while they were over there. These flowers supposedly was sent before they had even come on the trip. So that is that, right? Still, like I said, the Safaree and Erica shit show. Safaree's so upset when he gets back to the hotel. He goes and sits down on the ground and he's just kind of crying because he's just so upset about it. So Stevie J goes up to him and he was just like, you know, I hate to see you guys going through this. You know, you a good person and, you know, I would like to see you and your family, like all of you guys together. Stevie J gives him that speech. Booby gives him the speech like, you a good dude, you know, just be patient. It's going to all pass. Like, it's bad now, but it's going to pass and you're going to be fine. Okay. So Safaree is just kind of in the dumps, and Erica over there upset, and yeah. So that night, you guys, we have our jam session. Okay, we got Stevie J up there. You know, Brooke gets up there. How you doing tonight? Are you feeling all right? Whatever she was singing, you know, freestyling, and everybody was feeling. I forgot Brooke can sing. Actually, Brooke has a really nice voice. I don't know if she sings anymore, but she used to sound good back in the day. So anyway, we just gonna vibe. We just gonna get up there and we gonna, you know, do whatever. Amina has her song. Her and Peter Guns are going to perform, you know, so she sings her song and Peter do his little rap, and Stevie J is playing his music, and we inviting folks up there to participate. Yo-Yo get up there and do a real hard-ass freestyle, you know, a la 1993. I was just like, who that Yo-Yo, honey? That style ain't changed at all. It still sound exactly the same, you know, with just a little grit. I was like, girl, your voice a little too tough for all this vibing we doing. She gets up there, and then Safaree was just like, even though he's in a bad space, you know, you gotta get up there and represent, you know. So he get up there and he do his little performing, and Erica's out there pouting. She was like, I know everybody's sick of us. I was like, amen, sister. Okay, so she said she's just trying to shift the energy. So shift the energy, Erica. So while Safaree is up there, of course, Shekinah, who always butts into everybody else's shit, you know, she said that she's seeing on the internet, well, now, girl, where you been all this time Erica was having her fit? You didn't know about Erica having her problems, so you done waited till we done got to the jam session tonight to want to now confront Safaree about the... I was like, Shekinah. When Safaree gets finished, you know, she confronts him like, I was trying to take up for you, and you out here sending flowers to some woman, and blah, blah, blah. And he was just like, oh, yeah, here goes another person who's butting their head in, okay, where they ain't got no damn business. So Safaree is getting upset, and, you know, people are saying, well, this is not the place to talk about it. And Safaree was like, actually, we should talk about it because everybody's talking about it any fucking way. So Safaree goes and he denies it again and says that he wasn't doing anything. He was like, Kimbella, you know the restaurant. Why would I take a woman to that restaurant? That's like a well-known restaurant and people would see me and know me and all of that. He was like, I was there with like 12 people. So Kimbella was like, okay. And she was like, but can you take accountability for, you know, being there in the picture with the woman? And he was like, I don't know. I don't know what, I mean, yeah, I took the picture. You got the picture. You know, he was like, but show me where I was really doing stuff and trying to be with this woman. Show me that picture. Well, you know, Safaree, in Erica's defense, you wouldn't be doing that day because you just met her, you know, but ain't nobody said you couldn't have exchanged numbers. So, y'all, I don't know if Safaree lying or telling the truth. I mean, like I said, the whole thing a fucking lie. We know that Erica and Safaree are still together and happily in their home out here in Atlanta, Georgia. But anyway, as far as the show is concerned, so Safaree's getting fed up with that. And then here comes Cisco. Yeah, man, you know what? Can I talk to you for a second? I was like, Cisco, the AAW, who is the king of bad timing. He comes over there and he want to talk to Safaree. He said he want to talk to Sin and he want to talk to Safaree, okay, about this damn party. And Sin was just like, this nigga is just stupid. And he just gonna come over here and be asking all this that's going on with Safaree. You think that this now's the time for you to have this conversation? And I was like, yeah, something's really wrong with Cisco. So Cisco was like, you know, I don't really know what's going on with you. You know, I don't read the blogs and whatnot. I don't be on the blogs. But, you know, when I invite you to a party, I was like, what? Well, you know, when I invite you to a party and you say you're going to come, I tell everybody you're going to come. Then when you don't show up, you know, that make me look bad. Safaree was like, am I being punked? Like, you think right now while I'm having this shit with my wife that I'm supposed to be sitting up here and having a conversation about a damn party at Deb Adney's house that I did not show up to? Like, nigga, if you don't get out my fucking face with this, you know. So Cisco's trying to talk to him, and Safaree was like, listen, you sound like you're trying to check me. Do not check me, okay? He was like, let me make sure I'm reading this right. Safaree was like, you ain't reading it no way because it's over. Like, what are you talking about? None of this makes any fucking sense. Like, I don't care. So Cisco looked like he trying to get himself riled up, and Safaree is definitely getting upset. Like, nigga, don't be over here telling me what I was supposed to do. It don't matter what happened. I didn't come, and oh, fuck well. Peter, the DBD, and the ho-ho over there, they see that it's about to go left. You know, because the ho-ho was like, oh, you know, he been drinking, and he want to talk to Safaree, like, let us go over there, you know, the representatives of the creep squad. You know, let us go over there and make sure that we calm this shit down. So I was like, thank God they're there, because it was really about to be serious, and it just stupid, you know? So they go over there and they just sort of like, hey, you know, let's break this up. And, you know, Safaree's like, what do you want to do? Like, why are you going through this? What do you want to do, stupid? You know, and Cisco just sort of looking like, I said, nah, let's not forget that he is the AAW, okay? The administrative ass whoopings. I was surprised that he didn't try to swing on Safaree, but I was just like, something is really, truly wrong with Cisco. Why in the middle of all this are you doing this again? He is stupid, you guys. Really, truly stupid. All this is going on. Bobby trying to calm Erica down, or actually trying to see if Erica's about to blow up, you know, because you're so calm right now. And Stevie J tries to go over there and talk to her and talk her off the ledge and all of this. And, you know, Erica was just like, she tired of being lied to and all that. I was just like, oh, get the fucking divorce and be done with it. Girl, you pretty. You find you another man. Go and be with somebody else. You got to be going through this. You tired of your heart being broken, like you say, then go find somebody else and just be over it. Because this is really, it's just stupid. It's ridiculous. All right, you guys, that is it. My hip is feeling better as long as I take my Motrin. But boy, I tell you, when I woke up this morning, I could barely walk, and that blue was yanking me all around outside this morning. I was just like, oh my God. But once I got my Motrin in, then it eases. Like, it's starting to hurt up again. And I'm going to take some right before I go to sleep so I can get a comfortable night's sleep. But yeah, y'all don't get old. It's toe up. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here, you guys. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.